kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think we're on the run. We are the boys who will stop your little game. We are the boys who will make you think again. 'Cause who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done? Mr. Brown goes off to town on the A21, but he comes home each evening and he's ready with his gun. So watch out, Mr. Hitler, you have met your match in us. If you think you can crush us, we're afraid you've missed the bus. 'Cause who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done?
Are the men ready for inspection, Sergeant?
Yes, sir, yes. One or two seem to be missing, though.
We'll call the roll.
Right, sir, right. Jones, will you do that? Call the roll.
Right. Agnew, not here. Hardcastle, not here. Godfrey, not here. Jones, not here. Oh, yes, Jones, sir.
Jones, what's going on here?
Well, so I'm afraid there's a slight touch of absenteeism, so, without leave.
I should go jolly well is. What's the explanation for this, Wilson? Where is everybody?
Well, I'd rather not say, sir.
What are you talking about?
What? Well, it would be sneaking.
I don't want any of that public school rubbish here. I demand to know the whereabouts of my troops.
Well, sir, they're in the pub, sir, playing darts.
They're what?
Yeah, in the pub playing darts, sir, against the ARP wardens.
Did you give them permission?
Well, I said I didn't think it was an awfully good idea, and if it was all the same to them, I would rather that they didn't.
They thought they could get away with it, sir, but I knew your suspicions would be aroused as soon as you heard the words fall in.
Thank you very much, Corporal.
Thank you, sir.
Go back to your place.
Very good, sir.
This is absurd. The moment my Beck is... Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pretend that this parade was called for 10 minutes later.
Yes.
That gives you 10 minutes to get them back from the pub.
Right.
All right?
Yes.
Right, off you go.
Right, sir.
Move.
Yes, all right.
Wilson?
Yes.
I said move.
Yes, well, I'm moving.
Well, move faster. Could be interesting.
Yes. You know, I think perhaps it wasn't quite such a good idea after all, you know, to miss the parade. You know what he gets like. He gets awfully... Mavis, what a surprise.
Yes, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Now, Duck, gin and tonic. There we are. And don't get all Nelly Dean like you did last week. Excuse me, mate. Oh, God blimey, how'd you do?
Mavis, do you know this fellow?
He looks after me from time to time.
What? He looks after you? Well, what does that mean?
Joe, you've got to help me. Tell him the drink came from you.
Well, what for?
If he finds out I've been going out with her, he'll half kill me.
No, Sergeant. He couldn't have punched a hole in a new-laid egg.
Couldn't he? Oi!
You talking to me?
Yeah, what'd you come up here for? You should be back in the hall playing soldiers.
Well, I came to fetch the men back onto parade.
Oh, yeah, well, they're not coming. There's 2 pints riding on this match and us wardens are winning. So go and present your arms somewhere else.
Look, I don't think I like your tone.
Don't you? Oh, we'll try this one.
That's really rather vulgar, I think. Very awful, that was. Mavis, I think you'd better come home with me really now at once.
Well, the gentleman's bought me a drink.
What?
Think I'd like to finish it if you don't mind.
All right, yes. Yes, if you wish, yes, I suppose. Yes. Yes. Well, I'll see you later then, you fellas, or perhaps.
Right, Sergeant.
Right, see you later. Lunch. Right, then. Right.
Right. Get the men on parade.
What was that, sir?
I said get the men on parade.
The men. Oh, yeah, it's the men. Yes, of course, yes. Yes, yes, but I'm not sure that they're here yet.
You mean to say you came away without them?
I suppose I must have done.
Well, didn't you tell them?
Yeah, I think so, yes. I
Think so? That's what you went for.
See, this fellow Hodges, this Warden fellow, this Hodges man, keeps giving Mavis drinks, and he said last week she was nearly teen.
What?
Then he made a rude noise. He made a rude noise.
I think your mind's wandering, Wilson. You let it dwell too much on unhealthy things. I'm going to give you one more chance to redeem yourself. I'm going back there to that pub with you. And if we don't get those men back here, then you can consider yourself relieved of your command and under open arrest, right? Jones! You're coming with us to the public house.
Oh, thank you very much, sir.
It could well be that destiny is moving in your direction.
Look who's coming.
Oh, I'm just about in a mood for him. Now, look here, Napoleon, if you've come here to break up the game, you better think again, because they're not coming. I've nothing to say to you, so kindly mind your own business. Walk up. Do that tuning up. You're a disgrace to the platoon.
Yeah, I'm sorry, sir. We thought you were down in London.
Go on, do as Daddy says. Do your tunic up.
Will you be quiet?
Now, listen, men. I don't know whether this is deliberate disobedience or just a misunderstanding. But you're all absent off parade. Now, double up and fall in outside.
Here, wait a minute, it's one game all. You're not leaving now.
Oh, yes, they are.
Well, hang on. It's a little bit difficult, sir. Well, I mean, we promised them a game.
War is more important than games, Walker.
Yeah, I know that, sir, but I mean, the Nazis aren't coming just at this minute, are they? I mean, we've got half an hour or so.
We're finishing the game, Captain Mainwaring.
Yeah, you know, like Drake.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. If the bells ring, I'll send them round in time for the battle.
We'll bring our darts.
We're not coming, sir.
Don't speak to me like that, Frazer. Fall in outside.
You can't make us.
Private Godfrey? He's not coming either.
Yes, sir. You're doing right on us, you blackleg.
I think you've taken leave of your senses. Anyway, if you're back in the hall within the next 5 minutes, we'll say no more about it.
Oh, come on, get off your eye horse and have a pint.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, come on, sir. Have a couple of jars. We'll all go back to the hall together.
Come on, Wilson. They've obviously had too much to drink, or they wouldn't be behaving this way. Uncle Jones?
Yes, coming, sir. I've got a pint coming up.
Go!
Mavis, I really would like you to come back with me now, please.
What would I do then? What, you lot playing soldiers?
Wilson?
Yeah. Right, come.
Right, well, that's got rid of him. Now, it's one game all. OK, here we go, then. That's it. My turn to shoot for a double.
You know, I'm not altogether sure we've done the right thing.
Well, he did seem a bit put out, didn't he?
Ah, the man's nothing but a bag of wind.
I don't like to let him down. You know, he wouldn't let me down, and I think I'd rather go back.
No, you don't. We're in this together. I'm going to see it through together. I'm not going to stand by and see any namby-pamby creeper crawling back.
Yeah, look, hang on, Charlie. I think we ought to stick together.
I'm sorry, Mr. Frazer, but that sort of talk, you know, doesn't influence me the slightest bit. I've got to do what is right.
Ryan Blackleg!
Yeah, no, don't say that. Don't call him that.
Now, look here, you're going to play...
Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, this is really a dual celebration, you know, because Captain Manning, we've got to congratulate him on the marvellous job he's done with the blood donor scheme.
Yeah, and that was a fiddle. That was a fiddle. You had a load of nuns and wops.
All right. Keep quiet, will you? Now, the town clerk, sir, has presented you with this little scroll.
Oh. Right. No, you want to send it to Mussolini or the Pope?
Now, to continue, ladies and gentlemen, secondly, we would like, I'm sure, to wish good luck and Godspeed to one of our fellow soldiers, Private Frank Pike. Yeah. Frank, you've always been a very loyal member of this platoon, and we shall always remember you.
Well then.
Yeah. Let me, I've got all these chips to eat yet.
Come on, Pikey. Get up and speak, man. Come on.
You take your time, Frank.
Ladies and gentlemen. No, gentlemen. Thank you very much for the fish and chip supper.
I don't want to make a long speech, but I would like to tell you a funny story.
Good, good. I like a funny story. I hope it won't be coarse.
You remember some of us gave blood for this certificate thing? Well, they found out that mine was ever so rare, so they wrote to the RAF and told them, and then the RAF said that if I was wounded or anything like that, well, they wouldn't have anything to transfuse me with.
I hope you don't mind me saying it, son, but so far your story hasn't been highly comic.
No, well, the funny thing is, they won't have me. I'm not going.
You're not going? When did you learn this?
Yesterday.
Why didn't you say something?
Well, no one's ever given a supper in my honour before. Didn't want to miss my fish and chips. I like fish and chips.
Stupid boy.
I've forgotten you've got this heavy suitcase. Oh, dear, oh dear. I'm awfully sorry I won't be able to see you off.
Oh, that's all right. I was afraid I was going to miss you.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I've seen you in your uniform. It suits you very well.
So does yours.
Do you think so?
Yes, yes, I do.
Well, I'm glad you like it.
Well, I must rush or I'll be late. Goodbye, Daddy.
Bye, my darling. And thank you for coming to see me.
I'm very glad I did. Goodbye.
Bye. And give my love to your mother.
Fine lassie.
Yes. You see, her mother left me when she was very young. I haven't really seen very much of her over the years, but I managed to get her to a good school.
She does you credit.
Yes, I think it was worth it. Still, you see, it's all in the past, really. I didn't want anybody to know about this, you see.
I'm an old blatherskite, Watson. I know that, and so do you. But I promise you, nobody'll ever hear a word about this from me.
Thank you, Frazer. I won't forget that. It was very kind of you.
Right.
Thank you. I'd better have one of these, hadn't I?
All right.
Thanks.
Come in.
I may be wrong.
Captain Mainwaring?
I may
Yes?
be wrong.
I heard you were needing women helpers for the Home Guard. Is that right?
Yes, that is quite correct. Do take a seat, please.
Oh, thank you. I've been told all about this platoon from its very beginning. I think you've done a wonderful job.
Well, we're trying to do our best for old England in her hour of need.
Well, I'd love to help, just to feel that I was doing something.
Oh, good. Your face is vaguely familiar. You a member of the golf club?
No, I've not been in Warmington long. I brought my mother down from London because of the bombing.
I see.
I'd love to have stayed. Not that there was very much I could have done, but just being there would have shown that wretched little Hitler we're not going to give in.
Why, Joe, that's the sort of talk I like to hear. What name?
Gray.
Gray. The Christian name?
Fiona.
Fiona. A pretty name.
Oh. You think so?
Yes, it's always been one of my favourites.
Oh, thank you.
Have you an occupation?
Well, widow, I suppose, if you can call that an occupation.
Oh, I think in your case, Mrs. Gray, it's almost a... widow. And the address?
31 Wilton Gardens.
Oh, you're in Wilton Gardens, are you? That's quite close to us.
Yes, I know. I see you go to the bank every morning.
You really?
And how wonderfully punctual you are. We thought you were 3 minutes late the other day.
Was I?
No, the clock was wrong.
Ah, yes. Well, of course, in my position, I have to set an example to the youngsters.
Oh, I do agree. All the old standards are declining so rapidly.
Oh, they are. They are indeed.
Yes, well, I mustn't keep you.
Well, shall we say tomorrow night? We usually parade at 7 o'clock.
I can't wait to start. At the moment, my life consists of morning coffee in Anne's pantry and making the dahlias grow.
Oh, I love dahlias.
Do you you really? Do you grow them too?
Unfortunately, no. No, my wife says that they encourage the earwigs.
Oh, what a shame. She's quite right, of course. Captain Mainwaring, may I ask you something awfully personal?
Yes?
Do you always wear glasses?
Yes, I always have.
Would you take them off for a moment? Oh, that's so much better. Do you know, I think spectacles... Well, they take away the warmth in a person's eyes. Just as the fire guard takes away so much of the heat.
Because they do. I never thought of it that way.
Oh, sir. You're still here, I see.
Yes, this is a new recruit, Mrs. Fiona Graham.
Fiona? Oh. What a pretty name.
Yes, I think I'll go over the details. Shall we say tomorrow night, then, Mrs. Graham?
I can't wait to start. Goodbye.
Bye, Mrs. Graham. Bye. Now, there's a charming woman.
Yes, oh, I'm sure she is, sir. Yes.
Oh, yes, that's exactly the sort of material we're looking for.
Yes, well, of course, you're always a pretty good judge of that sort of thing, usually, aren't you? Anyway, it'll be most interesting to see how they all shape up, won't it?
Oh, no, it isn't the spring. It's love in bloom.
With you in a moment. Broken your glasses or something?
No, certainly not. No. Just took them off for a moment.
Oh, good morning, Captain Mainwaring.
Oh, good morning. What a surprise. Well, won't you join me?
Oh, thank you. I haven't seen you in here before.
Oh, I get in from time to time, you know, when I can get my nose away from the grindstone.
Yes, please.
Ah, thank you. Oh, no, I don't want any of that, thank you. I beg your pardon.
Oh, no, thank you. Just coffee for me as usual, please.
Oh, what a good idea, yes. Just coffee, please. They used to do some wonderful Devonshire teas here, you know.
Oh, with jam and cream.
Oh, yes, that's right. I remember just after the First World War, another chap and I borrowed a flivver and took a spin out here to Anne's Pantry just for the sake of the Devonshire teas. I got the rough end of my governor's tongue when I got back, I can tell you. He thought I'd toddle off with a bit of fluff.
It was all harmless fun in those days.
Yes, of course it was. Mind you, we used to set the pace now and again, you know.
Do you know, your whole face lights up when you laugh. I think you're really a very jolly person at heart.
Oh, yes, I suppose I am, really. Not that a bank manager gets much time, you know, for joking and jesting. Ah.
Separate bills?
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, no, please. Have this with me.
Good morning, Captain Henry.
Godfrey, is it?
Haven't seen you here before, sir.
Oh, I come in from time to time.
I'm just on my way to the clinic. Oh, dear me, have you mislaid your glasses?
No, I'm just resting my eyes a little.
If you'll excuse me.
Charming man, that. One of my most loyal soldiers.
Oh, I think they're a wonderful band of men.
Yeah.
Hello, Captain Mainwaring. I haven't seen you here before.
Oh, I come in from time to time.
Here, listen, if you've bust your specs, I know a fellow with 500 francs. Hardly used.
I haven't broken them.
Oh. Here, listen, you haven't seen me. I'm delivering some of the sweet stuff, you savvy?
Some sugar?
Yes, Tash. You haven't seen me. Oh, by the way, I haven't seen you either. You know what I mean? Don't worry.
Heart of gold, that man. Do anything to you, for you. Whereabouts in London do you live?
Oh, just near Regent's Park. Of course, it was hopeless for Mother. They had the ack-ack guns there. Oh, dear. That was careless talk.
Oh, don't worry. Any secret is safe with me.
Oh, morning, Mr. Mainwaring. Don't often see you in here.
Oh, I come in from time to... Oh, never mind.
I'll join you in a minute. There's Mrs. Prosser, there's Captain Mainwaring.
How do you do? Mrs. Gray.
How do you do?
Mrs. Prosser's a very good friend of mine, but there's nothing in it.
I see.
Don't tell Mrs. Fox so, will you? Honey, I give her pieces for her cat, and on her part, she keeps me company from time to time.
Yeah. Thank you, Jones.
Thank you.
I'm sorry about all these interruptions. I had looked forward to a nice cup of coffee and a quiet chat.
So had I.
I must confess that I came in here quite deliberately on the off chance of seeing you.
You know, I rather hoped you would.
Pike? What do you want?
Mr. Wilson says he's sorry to spoil your tete-a-tete, but the bank inspectors are here, and would you come at once, please?
Yes. Thank you, Pike. I'm afraid I have to dash away. I'm sorry. Perhaps we could meet again very soon.
Oh, I'd like that.
Anyway, I shall see you on parade tonight.
Oh, yes, of course. I shall look forward to it.
Sorry I have to go.
2 coffees. That'll be 8p, please.
Not too strong, please.
Not much chance of that, dear. Anything else?
No, thank you.
Just 2p, then.
What's this? What's happened?
Nothing's happened. I'm just going back to London, that's all.
For how long?
I don't know. A month or 2. Perhaps for good.
But you never mentioned it. You never even hinted at it.
I just thought it would be for the best.
But I don't want you to go. The whole pattern of my life has changed. I just live from one meeting to the next.
I know. And I'm just the same, but it's the only thing to do. People are talking.
People always talk. Who cares about that?
But there's your wife.
Nobody will talk to her. Living at the house in Munich.
Be sensible, George. You can't afford scandal and tittle-tattle.
I tell you, I don't care.
But there's the bank.
Damn the bloody bank. I'm sorry. Look, don't get that train.
George, I must.
I implore you, don't get that train. Look, we'll meet once a week.
George, you're making this very difficult for me, but I've made up my mind. It's the only way.
Victoria! Victoria!
There's my train.
Look, Fiona, I've never begged anything from anybody in my life, but I'm begging you not to go.
Finish with this chair, sir.
Yes, take that damn thing.
I only ask.
I'm sorry, George.
I'll take one. It's heavy. Can't we talk about this? Go tomorrow.
Wilmington Sea, Victoria train.
Make way for this lady, will it?
Hurry along now, hurry along, please.
Here, I'll do that.
Hurry up, or you'll be coming to London, too.
Where can I get in touch with you?
You won't be able to.
Will you write, won't you?
I don't know. After a little while, perhaps.
Stand clear, sir. And pull those blinds down.
Promise you'll write.
Very well. I promise.
Make it soon.
Goodbye, George.
Again. Don't know where. Don't know when.
Yes. No. Mainwaring. Afraid I've got some rather bad news for you. Now, here, Mainwaring, you've got to brace yourself for a shock, you know. Oh, yeah. Yes. I'm afraid, Mainwaring, One of those little pips has got to come off. Oh, yes. Good evening, Lieutenant Mainwaring. How are you? Well...
Hello, Wilson. Oh. Right, Wilson. What's the game?
Game, sir?
Yes, the game, man. Telling me that I'm not a captain anymore, making me ring up GHQ. What sort of a fool do you think I am?
Well, who did you talk to there, sir?
I talked to the sergeant, who obviously knew nothing at all about it.
Oh?
Well, I'm waiting for your explanation.
Well,
You know, Wilson, I'm forced to say that you've confirmed a suspicion that's been in my mind for some weeks now. You're jealous of me.
Jealous?
Oh, don't think I haven't noticed those glances at my hat. That's why you bought a berry, isn't it, to keep up with me? Don't fool me, you know, not for a moment. You'd give anything to be in my shoes, wouldn't you?
I assure you, sir, you're quite wrong, sir.
I'm not in the Home Guard for the glory I get out of it as an officer, you know. I'd just as soon serve as a sergeant or even a humble private. These pips don't mean that to me.
Excuse me, sir. Hello? Warrington, I'll see you, Home Guard. Just a moment. It's for you, sir.
Mainwaring here. Oh, hello, sir. How are you? Yes, I did ring earlier. Yes, I spoke to the sergeant. He'd only just come on duty. What? I didn't quite He hadn't been told what? Yes, sir. But sure... Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, sir. I really am.
When I was first informed that I was no longer to be your commanding officer, I must admit that my first reaction was to go away quietly. And then I thought, no, the defense of this town must come first. This country needs every able-bodied man it can get. And I was very proud to lead you as Captain Mainwaring. I shall be equally proud to march in your ranks as Private Mainwaring. That's all.
Where's Walker? Oh, he asked me to leave a note in his place.
Pick it up, Wilson.
Right, sir. Captain Mainwaring, personal. Oh.
Personal?
Yes.
Give it to me.
All right. Unusual perfume. Petrol.
Dear Cap, thanks for letting me off. Had to go up to the smoke for a few days to do a deal. I think I can swing it for $1,000, but I shall have to drop the geezer a pony. On the other hand, I may cop it for a bit under the odds, in which case I'll have to sweeten him with a monkey. Half a bar for his nippers. P.S. Here's a couple of ounces for yourself. How dare he try to bribe me? See him in the office as soon as he comes back.
No, sir. There's going to be quite a queue there, isn't there?
All right, that'll be enough. And will you get away from my feet?
So sorry.
You chaps, are you all right down there?
Yes, thank you.
We'll soon get you out of that mess, I expect. Tell me, who keeps the key to the strong room door?
We do. But they're both on us. Can't you get down through the hole?
Well, I wouldn't like to chance it, not with my weight. Might set that damn thing off. Yeah, it's a bit tricky, Ned. It's rather tricky. There's only 2 keys, and they've got them down there. They're both down there.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jonesy, I'm going to kill you.
Permission to speak, sir.
I beg your pardon?
Let me go down that hole, sir. I'm thin enough to go down that hole. I'd like to go down there.
No, sir, no, sir, please, let me go down, sir. I'm much more wiry than he is. Look, sir.
I'm wirier than you are.
I wouldn't want to chance anybody going down there. You see, the bomb is just balancing on a piece of wreckage. Anybody jumping down there might disturb it, and the whole shebang would go sky high, bang off.
Yes, well, if you don't want me any longer, I'll go and see if the rest of the street's clear.
Leave it to me, sir. Not mothering. Just hold on a wee while longer. I think I've got something in the shop that'll do the trick. Hey, I've got a bite. Yeah.
Whatever you do, don't pull it now. All right, take it up. Slowly, very gently.
All right, Mr. Mainwaring, we've got the keys and Major Rogers will be down in a minute.
Thank goodness for that.
Well, how are we today? All right?
As well as can be expected. You manage.
Yeah, thank you. Ah, I thought so. It looks like an SC-50, yes. Well, just make sure. I think it is. Want to know what we're tampering with, don't we?
Would be as well.
Now, let's see. Oh, yes, that's the boy, all right. It contains 25 kilograms of high explosive, makes a crater 6 meters diameter, 3 meters in depth. I thought they'd stopped using these small bombs.
This is a small one, then?
Oh, good Lord, yes, yes. They're using 100-kilogram ones now. But mind you, I've got a pet theory about these bombs, you know. I think there must be a dead area, and if you're standing in a correct position, all you get is a slight concussion. I haven't put it to the test. I wouldn't like to, would you? No. I can't hear a damn thing. Your heartbeats are vibrating against the casing. I wonder if you'd just mind taking a deep breath and holding it, please. In we go. Hold it. Just one more, please. Deep breath in. Hold it. Yes, that's all right. Nothing to worry about there.
Can we let it out now?
Oh, yes, yes, of course, yes. Now then, I think we can penetrate. Ah, nasty. Very nasty. I'm afraid we've got a trembler.
Is that a bad thing?
But it's certainly not good. I'll have to go and get a special tool to deal with that.
Oh, no.
I'll have to nip back to HQ. I'll just put that on there to steady it. Whatever you do, don't tip it at all. Otherwise, well, just keep it level, you see. And I'll get back as fast as I can. I'll deal with it then. I'll just close this door. We don't want anybody to pinch anything, do we?
No, sir. I don't think I can stand very much more of this.
Oh, come on, Wilson. Cheer up. There is a destiny that shapes our ends, rough hew them as we will. I'm reminded of the tale of the Australian soldier. He arrived up at the front and was met by a British officer who said, "Ah, my man, you come to die?" And he said, "No, sir. I came yesterday."
I think I'll go and see what Mr. Mainwaring wants me to do.
No, Frank, no. Don't go yet. My goodness me. We've never had a chance, have we, really, to be alone together, have a, you know, cosy little chat.
Haven't we, Uncle?
Ah. Yeah, well, looking forward to the dance, are you?
Oh,
Yes, thank you, Uncle.
Yes, but you don't have to keep on calling me Uncle, you know.
Sorry, Sergeant.
Or that either. I mean, both grown up, men of the world. I'm Frank. No, I'm not. You're Frank. I'm Arthur.
How'd you do?
Anyway, you're quite grown up now, you know, Frank, aren't you? When we can both look each other in the eye, aren't we? Talk, man to man.
Nice, isn't it?
Yes, well, there are heaps of things we can talk about, you know, things that we've never talked about before.
It's very nice, isn't it?
Yeah, would you stop saying it's nice, Frank? It's terribly irritating, you know.
I'm sorry, Uncle. Sergeant...
Yeah.
Arthur.
Yes, all right, Frank, all right. I'm sorry, Frank. I didn't mean to upset you.
Well, that's all right. Arthur? It's very nice being able to talk man to man, isn't it?
Yes, it's nice. Good, I mean, good. Nice.
Well, what should we talk about, then?
What? Well, Well, we've, have we? We've never really had a chance to have a little chat about girls, have we?
Oh, that. Oh, I know all about the birds and bees and things.
No, I didn't mean that.
Miss Beckworth told us.
Oh, good.
She knows quite a bit about girls.
Yes, I'm sure she does, yes.
She knows a good deal about boys as well.
What I would like to know is who are you going to take to the dance with you?
Well, I thought I'd take my girlfriend, Violet Gibbons.
Precisely, yes. Violet Gibbons, yes. That's exactly what I wanted to talk to you about.
Why? You don't want to take her, do you?
Well, certainly not. I don't know, do I?
I didn't think you did. She's wonderful. She's the most beautiful girl in the whole wide world. I love her, Uncle Arthur. When I woke up this morning, I wanted to run to the top of the church tower and shout it to the winds. I love Violet Gibbons, I wanted to shout, but I didn't.
I think you're very wise. I mean, so many mistakes can be made. I mean, so much is to be thought about. Is she suitable, for instance?
Suitable for what?
Oh, for the bank.
Well, why she wasn't going to the bank? I mean, she's in the ATS.
No, my dear boy, no. I didn't mean that. I mean, after the war, when all this is over. You see, when you come back.
Well, she won't want to go into the bank then. She'll be married to me.
Married?
Can you keep a secret?
Yes, I suppose so, yes.
We're going to surprise everyone at the dance tonight. I'm going to announce our engagement in the middle of it, just like Jack Oakey did with Zazu Pitts.
No, Frank. I wouldn't do that if I were you. I mean, you've got to think of your mother. It would give her a terrible shock.
Oh, no. When Jack Oakey did it with Zazu Pitts, she thought it was the best bit of the whole film.
Frank,
There was a brave old Scotchman at the Battle of Waterloo. The wind blew up his petticoats and showed his...
Mr. Frazer, have a nice patrol.
For your information, son, the word is Scotsman. Scotch is something you can drink. But for the life of me, I can't understand why you English are so obsessed with what we wear under the kilt.
Cool. It's an half chilly out tonight.
Good old Pikey. I see you made some tea. There's a good boy.
Oh, listen to that wind. Good job you're not wearing your kilt, Taffy. Otherwise, you might feel a bit drafty around the
It's
old...
a good job you're not going to mention the word kilt again, Joe. Otherwise, you might feel a wee bit drafty up your nose with my fist there.
All right, sorry I spoke.
What did you put in this tea, Pikey?
Oh, don't you like it?
Well, it's not as good as what Mr. Godfrey makes.
Didn't mention that name to me, cold sakes. To think we've had a conchy in our ranks all this time without knowing it.
What's going to happen to him, Mr. Jones?
Mr. Mandarin's going to keep him in platoon till he can make a replacement for him.
It's a disgrace. A downright disgrace.
My mum says men ought to be men. I heard her telling me Uncle Arthur that last night.
I don't know, I feel a bit sorry for the old boy. I reckon he's a nice old bloke. What do you reckon, Jonesy?
I don't know. I've been a soldier all my life. I don't know anything about conscience objections. Ours is not the reason why. Ours is but to do or die. I remember when I was on the northwest frontier.
Northwest frontier of where?
Golders Green.
Northwest frontier, India, my boy. India. We're surrounded by thousands of Pathans.
All those black men with turbans?
No, not black. They're the same colour as you, Pikey.
Do you mean they're green?
No. On about. Anyway, they got cruel faces and hawk-like noses and cruel little beady eyes.
Yeah, just like Taffy here.
Yeah. Come to think of it, old Taffy is a bit like a Pathan, isn't he?
Get your talking balderdash. I'm a Scotsman born and bred.
Yeah, maybe his old man had a bicycle.
Now, let me get on with it. Let me get on with it. Anyway, we're surrounded by thousands of Pathans.
Hey, Jonesy. Yeah. Are they the ones that don't like it up,
Oh, shut
Am I too late to make the tea?
I didn't think you were coming, Mr. Godfrey. I've already made it.
Suddenly there's an awfully queer smell around here. Come on, boys, it's time we're getting back on patrol.
I brought some upside-down cakes. My sister made them specially. Would anyone like it?
Thank you. Feeling better?
Very much better. There's some nice strengthening sweetbreads for you, Mr. Godfrey.
Very kind of you.
I brought you a bottle of whiskey, son.
Oh.
There's a quarter pound of tea.
From the Army and Navy?
No, I got it from a mate of mine in the Air Force.
Well, sir, aren't you going to thank him for saving your life?
Yes, of course I am.
Give the officer a bit of room.
Move back a bit. That's better.
Well, Godfrey, I may have said one or two harsh things to you in the past. I'd just like you to know that deep down, we're all very, very... What's that photograph of you in uniform?
Oh, that was the last war, sir.
Just a minute. You're wearing the military medal.
Yes, that's right.
But you told us that you were that you were a conscientious objector.
Oh, so I was.
Well, how could you win the MM?
Well, he volunteered to join the medical corps. And during the Battle of the Somme, he went out into no man's land under heavy fire and saved several lives.
Oh, no, it wasn't as heavy as all that.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure we're all very sorry to set upon you in very strong judgment, Mr. Godfrey.
Speaking for myself, I never doubted you for a single minute.
Perhaps Godfrey could be our future medical orderly.
What a good idea, Wilson.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. Well, from now on, you're appointed to be medical orderly to the platoon. Take up your duties as soon as you feel fit. Huh?
Thank you very much.
No, I mustn't tire him anymore.
No.
Off you go.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
My mum's got it.
All right, I'll
Get along, quick as you can now.
All right.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
One thing I still don't understand, Godfrey.
Oh, what's that?
Why have you never worn your medals?
Well, it seemed rather ostentatious.
Ostentatious? Well, if I'd won the MM, I should have been so proud that I would have worn it on my chest for the whole world to see.
That would have been all right, sir, because you look like a hero.
Well, it just shows, sir, you can't always go by appearances.
No. Wilson's been made the manager of the Eastgate branch.
Oh, I know that. Yes, Mum's ever so pleased.
Hello, Mainwaring here.
Pritchard here, Adjutant HQ.
Oh, yeah, good morning, sir.
I just wanted to tell you that Sergeant Wilson's commission has come through.
Commission?
Captain Square would like him to take up his duties with the Eastgate platoon as soon as possible.
The Eastgate platoon?
I expect you'll miss it.
Have you decided who you're going to promote in his place yet?
Well, let me know as soon as you can. I must say, Sergeant Wilson deserves his promotion. He's a good chap.
Congratulate him for me, will you? Cheerio.
Oh. Yes, Mainwaring here.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Mainwaring. Vicar here.
What are you going to tell me about Wilson, that he's been made Archbishop of Canterbury?
Really, Mr. Mainwaring?
I'm sorry, Beck. I'm not quite myself this morning.
Oh, dear, aren't you? Well, look, I'm afraid I've got rather a confession to make. Well, when I say confession, of course, I don't mean that sort of confession, because, of course, that's mostly for the RCs. What I'm trying to say is that the whist drive that is supposed to take place in the church hall on Tuesday next is tonight.
Really?
So, would you mind cancelling your parade? Otherwise, I'm going to look a bit of a fool.
All right, Vicar.
Oh, how sweet of you.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Hey!
You do look red, Mr. Mant. Shall I open the other window?
No, I'm all right. I've just had a bit of a shock, that's all. In fact, I've had several shocks this morning.
Well, I've never seen you look like this before.
Well, never mind that. Now, here, as soon as you've got time, I want you to get on your bicycle and go round to every member of the platoon and tell them that the parade is off tonight.
Yes, sir.
And then get these orders typed out and duplicated and take a copy of them to each member of the platoon.
Yes.
Right? Go and get on with your work.
Morning, Frank. Morning, Uncle Arthur, Mr. Wilson.
Morning, sir.
What time do you call this?
Well, actually, sir, it's 20 to 10.
Where have you been?
Well, I've been doing a little shopping. I bought this. You like it? It's for officers only, of course. And I bought some of these things as well. I don't know which I like best, the cloth ones or the brass ones, but I rather understand that you're not supposed to wear the brass ones with the battle dress.
Judas.
I beg your pardon?
Judas!
I'm awfully sorry, but I don't quite follow you.
You follow me all right, Wilson. You've been following me for years. Waiting to step into my shoes.
I don't want to step into your shoes, sir.
You must have applied for the seascape job weeks ago and you never said a word to me.
Thought you knew about it.
Rubbish.
But surely head office must have wrote you about it.
The letters got destroyed.
Well, that's not my fault, is it?
And what about this commission?
Yes, well, Captain Square probably sort of overstepped the mark a little bit, but he's very keen to have me, you know. In fact, he said he was most impressed with what I'd done with the platoon.
With what you'd done with the platoon?
Oh, yes, he's had his eye on me for some time now, you know.
Just because you went to some tuppenny-hipney public school?
Yes, well, I wouldn't call Meadow Bridge that.
Meadow Bridge. You know where I went, don't you? Eastbourne Grammar.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Well, don't be so patronising about it. I had to fight like hell to get there, and I had to fight even harder to stay there.
Well, it's all to your credit.
You never fought for anything in your life. Brought up by a nanny, father something in the city. All you had to do is just sit back and let everything come to you.
Yes, well, it wasn't really quite as simple as all that.
I've been the manager of this branch for over 10 years now. I ought to have gone on to better things years ago. Yet every time I've gone for an interview for a promotion, it's always been the same thing. What school did you go to? And as soon as I told them, that was that.
Well, I'm sure that didn't really influence them.
Oh, no. I'm sure it wouldn't influence you. All they got to ask you, you'd say, oh, I was at Meadowbridge, you know. One of the better public schools. Small, but rather good.
Yes, well, there weren't actually over 300 boys there, you know.
Not only have I made a success of this branch, but I've taken a lot of shopkeepers and up by the bootlaces and turned them into a crack platoon.
Yes, well, I helped a bit.
Did you? I show you how I value your help, both as a platoon sergeant and a chief clerk. Give me 252, will you? When I sat at this desk this morning and saw the web of intrigue that was unfolding before my eyes, I couldn't believe it. I've never... Hello, Jones. Get round to the bank here as soon as you can. Mike! Now, until you're relieved by head office, you will assume the duties of chief clerk.
Pardon?
I said your chief clerk has what to do.
I hope Uncle Arthur's all right.
Oh, he'll be all right. The devil looks after his own. After all, they haven't had one single bomb on Eastgate yet. Wilson, come in. I've just had head office on the phone.
Oh.
They're very sorry.
Ah.
And may I say how very sorry I am, too?
Thank you, sir.
It's most unfortunate.
Yes, it is. Yes. Most unfortunate, yes.
No, don't sit down. I'm rather busy. I've had a word with GHQ, and they're quite agreeable for you to keep your rank.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah. Get them sewn on by tonight. That's all. Well, you do look a pretty pair.
Thank you.
What a lovely bride you make, Mrs. Fox.
Oh, won't be Mrs. Fox much longer.
No, indeed it won't. Right, well, we're ready when you are, Vicar.
Off we go, then. Remember, I want a solemn undertaking. No confetti.
Oh, come on, Mr. Yateman.
You take my arm, Mrs. Fox.
Mr. Mainwaring, I think I'm going to cry.
Oh, do try not to.
Gently.
Keep a good lookout over the sea, boy. You're too young for champagne, anyway.
Hello, what are you lot doing here?
In case you'd forgotten, there's an invasion alert on.
Haven't you heard it was a false alarm? We got to stand down half an hour ago.
Well, so Hitler won't be joining us tonight, then?
No, it's just as well with you lot guarding us.
What does that mean?
Well, I mean, look at you. What good would you be against real soldiers?
Oh, dear.
They'd walk straight through you. Good night.
Here, he's no business
All right. Don't take any notice of him, men. Here's to your future health.
Yes, here's to you, Jonesy.
Good luck.
Good luck to you.
Mr. Mainwaring,
Oh?
Warden wasn't right, was he, when he said the Nazis would walk straight through us?
Of course he wasn't right.
I know one thing, they're not walking straight through me.
Not me. I'll be beside you, Jonesy.
We'll all be beside you, Jonesy. We'll stick together. You can rely on that. Anybody who tries to take our homes or our freedom away from us, they'll find out what we can do. We'll fight. And we're not alone. There are thousands of us all over England.
And Scotland.
And Scotland. All over Great Britain, in fact. Men who'll stand together when their country needs them.
Excuse me, sir, don't you think it might be a nice idea if we were to pay our tribute to them?
For once, Wilson, I agree with you. To Britain's Home Guard.
To Britain's Home Guard.
Thank you.